Well, just like you have the equation of the line here, you also have equation of a circle. And just like that equation of the line has y and x that doesn't go away, you're going to have, in the equation of your circle, you're going to have a y and an x that doesn't go away either. And just like your equation of the line tells you what your line looks like, your equation of the circle is going to tell you where your center is and what your radius is going to be. And so it's basically going to tell you everything you need to know about your circle. So let's take a look at what the equation of the circle is, first of all. The equation of a circle is going to be x minus, and then I want you to leave a little space, squared, plus y minus, and then leave another little space, squared, equals, and then I want you to put a space here, squared. And then up here we're going to write down center, as in center of a circle. And the center of your circle, now I don't know why they chose H and K instead of just saying, well, I guess they didn't want to say X, yeah, because X minus X1, that kind of gets confusing. Y, and so they chose, instead of X, this is now H. And instead of Y, this is now K. And also write down radius equals R. So now we're going to fill in that equation of the circle. X minus, you got it, H, whatever H happens to be, that's your number part of your equation of your line, circle. Y minus, guess what? K. Good. K equals, guess what? R squared. You guys are old pros at this. I tell you, my classes keep on getting smarter as they go down through the day. So let's take a look at our example number 1, and I want to use this equation of the circle. I'm going to go ahead and write down the equation of the circle again, just so I remember. It's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so let's zoom in on this guy here. Now, with this one, it's pretty easy. Y minus k, y minus 2, what does k equal? 2, right? So, k equals 2. H, it's a little bit more confusing. X minus h, x plus 4. Why did I have a change in signs here? No? It's trying to be what? Mean. Well, that's partly true. What would h have to be to change the sign? A negative. Very good. So h equals negative 4. So let's look at what that would look like. X minus negative 4 squared, right? And so minus a negative is a positive, and so you get x plus 4. Very good. And y minus 2, all that junk. Now r, look at this. Oh, you're too fast. Yeah, I got to build some suspense. R squared equals 10, but I don't need r squared, so I'm going to square root both things, and I get r equals 10. That's true. So my radius is 10. So basically, guys, whatever's after the equal sign, after all this junk, whatever's after the equal sign, we just square root it to find our radius. Our radius is 10. R squared equals 100. Okay. So, I want you guys to try this one here. And I'm going to write down the equation for you, just so you have it. I want you to think about it for a bit and try to come up with those three things. All right. Hassan, why do we only have x squared? What do you think the value of h is? Well, can anybody help him out? Yeah, Eric.
0.
0. Yeah, exactly. X minus h. If h is 0, then it's just x. X squared. Good. All right. Jamia, you notice we have a change in sign here. So what do you think the value of k is? -3. Absolutely perfect. So our center for this is 0, -3. Okay, well we still haven't found our r. Abby, I saw you getting out the calculator, so that is just what you should do for this one. What's the value of r? Good, and how'd you get that? Good, alright, so that was just the square root of 12 is your r. So our answers are r equals 3.46, and our center is at 0, -3. Excellent. Okay, write the equation of the circle for the following. Alright, I'm still going to write down my equation here. X minus squared plus y minus squared equals squared, and then fill in h, k, r. And for this one, my center h is hk, and r equals 4. So it should go x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4 squared. And of course 4 squared is 16. So finally, x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 16. Uh-huh. I would be looking for, I would give you full credit for this answer. This, if you put 4 squared on there, that might be -1 because it's not the absolute simplified answer. Good question. You guys try number 14. If you need a little bit of help, you can look up at the screen. Alright, Jana, what do you have for the x value, like for this part right here? Good, x plus 4 squared. Now, how'd you get plus 4? Good. You notice that this h value right here was negative 4, and x minus negative 4 is x plus 4 squared. Good. Jessica, what'd you get for this value, y minus k squared? Yeah, good. Y minus 0 squared. And so if you have, bless you, if you have y minus 0, that's just what? Well, y minus 0 is just y, right?
Yeah.
So we got y squared. Oops. Equals, and then finally, the radius. What is the radius? Elijah, what did I get for equals here? No, not 2.5. What is it? 5. Exactly. Because it's the square root of 5 squared. Oh, right? And so, square root of anything times itself, the square root of a times the square root of a is just a. The square root of anything times itself is going to be whatever that is. Square root of a times the square root of a is just a. So the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is just 5. X plus 4 squared plus y squared equals 5. Okie dokie. Let's take a look at an equation of the following, write an equation for the following graphs. Well, first of all, for our equation, don't forget we have to define what our center is. And we have to also know what our radius is. So our center for this guy looks like this point right here. And that point is, it goes backwards, right, on the x-axis. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that that's going to be a negative 5. And then it goes up on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3. So I know that the center equals negative 5, 3. And then radius, what do I know about the radius? Yeah, it's half of the circle. 3. It could be 3 that way, it could be 3 this way, 3 this way, 3 that way. So now, knowing what I know with these guys here, I'm going to come up with an equation. X minus a negative 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 3 squared. And then I get x minus a negative is a plus, 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 3 squared, which is 9. So that's my equation. Why don't you guys try example 6, try to find the equation for that line. Notice where the center of the circle is. Aha! 0, 0. Christian, what does my radius look like here? How long is my radius?
0.
No, not my radius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
What happens if the radius like isn't right in the middle? Like, I mean, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like 2.5.
Yeah, right. Well, you're really not going to you're not going to get a test question like that or anything like that. Oh, on the homework? Okay. We'll have a little bit of time. Let's go over that right after this. Just remind me which one that is. What's that? Oh yeah. Here, well, we'll go over it. It's not too bad, but for right now, let's just do this. X minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals the radius is 5 squared. Well, x minus 0 is just x squared, right? Plus y minus 0 squared, y squared equals 25. So hopefully you got that. Any questions on that? Okay. Alright, we're not using sweet tarts, but here's what I want you to do on this. I want you to take this and try to write the equation for this line. I'm sorry, this circle. There's my x-axis. There's my y. Colin, what's the center of my circle? What's the center of my circle? Okay. Edgar, what do you have for the center of my circle? 4, 2. That's perfect. Good. Allie, what'd you get for the radius? 3. Excellent. So I have x minus, Karina, what is my x minus? X minus what? Perfect. Plus, Raven, what is my y minus 2? Perfect. Equals Will, what does that equal? Not 5. Look at my radius here. 9, right. That's the equation of that line and then that circle. But here, now what I want you guys to do is draw a line at x equals 7. what do we call this line? Tangent. All right? And remember, this tangent is a vertical line. That means its slope is undefined. That means it has an x value. For this one, x equals 7. That's the actual equation of that line there, x equals 7. I want you guys to give me a horizontal tangent to this circle. Draw a line. Yep. Not a secant. Draw a horizontal tangent to this circle. You have two options on this. Draw a horizontal tangent. Yeah, what's your quick question? So, sketch picture is a big. Make sure. So, where's your x-axis and where's your y-axis? How could you work those two axes to that circle? It'll help you a lot. It'll help you a lot. All right. So, Olivia, did you get a tangent to a horizontal tangent? All right. Colin, did you get a horizontal tangent to this circle? All right. Well, all right. Tell me what you got. Well, tell me. -1. That's correct. Shh. Okay. That is a tangent. And then also, this guy up here at y equals 5 is a tangent. Yeah, that would be great. So, both of those guys are tangent to this. Thank you. That will help you on your homework. All right, let's look at the last couple of questions. Now, this one's tough. Find the equation of a circle with endpoints at -24, 2 and 18, 2. So, first things first, I'm going to draw my x and my y axis, and I'm going to say at -24, 2, that's about right here. I'm not going to count out 24 little tick marks. I'm also not going to count out 18 little tick marks. But notice that the y value is the same, so it doesn't go up, it doesn't go down, it just stays horizontal. So that's one nice thing about this line. It just stays horizontal. There's my circle around that line. What do I call this?
A diameter.
Diameter, exactly. Nice. A line. Nice. All right. So, this guy, in order to find out where the center of this circle is, you know the center is going to be the halfway points on my diameter. It's going to be right around here. And so, how do I find that out? Well, I know that from right here to 0 on the x-axis, from -24 on my x to 0 on my x, is 24 units, right? From 0 to -24 is 24, let's call them feet. What about from 0 to 18? How many feet? 18. Yeah, it's not rocket science. So, how long is this whole thing? 42, exactly. My whole diameter is 42.
Did you just ask 24?
Yep, 24 and 18. which means, what do I know about my radius?
After that.
It's half of that, so 21. And I also know that my center is going to be 21 steps away from negative 24. 21 steps back towards 0 from negative 24. So basically, negative 24 plus 21 is negative 3. What's my y value? It's still 2 because it doesn't change. So my center is at negative 3, 2. My radius is 21. So x minus a negative 3 is x plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 21 squared.
How do you get the 3?
Negative 3, it was, since I knew my radius was 21, because that's half of this whole diameter, I knew that half of the diameter would be right in the middle of this whole thing. And so 21 steps back from 24 here, negative 24, is negative 3. All right, let's look at this one thing on the homework here. But that's it for the notes that we'll do today.